gonna be a little bit more strength focused. We have 3 blocks. The first block, we got 6 exercises. Each one's on a minute. We do it 2 laps through. Take a break. The second block's at the same 6 different exercises. 2 laps through, everything on the minute. You're gonna want some dumbbells for that. We get to that third block, everything's on the 45-second mark, and we're gonna do it 3 times through. It's gonna be a nice solid core focus. So with that said, let's talk about this first lap of exercises. We're going to start off with a dumbbell lunge. You have 2 options, pulling those weights on your side, or one right in front of that chest. Just going that forward lunge, drive it back up. As a reminder, we're sitting down in those hips, weights in that front heel, take it back. We then take it to the ground for a bridge chest press. When we get that bridge position, we drive up through those heels, squeezing those glutes. For that chest press, those elbows are at 90. We press it up. Nice, slow control down. Think about that tempo, getting 1 count up, 2 to 3 counts on that way down. If you need to, set those hips down on the ground, go for it. We then pop it on up into that hinge low row. It's like a deadlift for hinging back, feeling the tension butt, back legs. Shoulders locked down back, driving those weights up by that rib cage, slow and control down. Focusing on squeezing that upper back as we go. Again, playing with that tempo. We then hold those weights in front of those shoulders for that front squat. Sit nice and low, drive it on up. Again, that option, no weight at all. We then take it to the ground where we're going to have those weights in hand. We're going to do that push-up from knees or from toes. After the push-up, we got a low row on each side, still engaging that core. Options there, again, widen those feet, or don't use any weights at all, and just mimic that with lifting those hands up and back down. We then go into that hinge reverse fly, so same hinge position. For a fly though, we take those arms out nice and wide, slow and control on the way back down. Again, option, bending that elbow. On that one, you really want to focus on making sure you can control the weight on that way down and you don't feel like you're flying down. So that's going to be that first block through. Again, everything on the minute for 2 laps. So without further ado, let's get ready for this first block. We're going to start off with those dumbbell lunges in 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbell lunge. If my timer starts, there we go. So again, you can hold 1 in front of the chest or 1 weight on each side. Shoulders down back, chest proud as we step into that lunge. Moving in with those hips. Looking good, crew. Again, just basic lunges. If those forward lunges are too much, give me reverse lunges. Sometimes that can be a little easier depending on how you're made, how we move. So we got about 20 seconds, and then we go into that bridge chest press. Looking good, crew. We're taking to a bridge chest press in 3, 2, and 1. Hit that bridge position. We lift those hips nice and high. Core is tight. My elbows are at that 90. I press it up. 2, 3 on that way down. With that explosion on that way up. Keeping those hips nice and high. Looking solid, 30 down, 30 to go. We can play with that tempo. Common fault here, the weights end up way up here in front of that chin or earlobe, nay. Keep it down in line with that chest. We got 15 till we switch to that hinge low row. Let's pop it up, hinge low row in 3, 2, and 1. Sit back in those hips, core is tight, shoulder blades back, we drive up. Slow and control on that way down. Again, you don't drop those shoulders out the socket around that spine. Rather, you keep everything locked back. Squeeze and control. Looking solid. Common fault. People like to go up in their toes on this, nay. Weights back in that heel. Protect that low back belly button in that spine. got 15 to those front squats. Switch it up. We got front squats in 3, 2, and 1. Sit down in those hips. Drive up and squeeze. Again, finding that control. Looking solid, crew. Common fault, people like to look down the ground. Nay, keep that chest up and shoulders back. Looking solid. We're going to the last 15 before that push-up low row combo. Let's get ready to take it there. In 3, 2, and 1. Push-up low row combo. That core is tight. We go down for that push-up. Drive the weight up. Control it down. Whoops. Then do the other side. Then go back in that push-up. Again, we can always go down to the knees. You can separate those feet or knees a little bit wider. Go with that base of support and try not to throw those hips around. That focus. Control that dumbbell on the way down. Halfway. Looking solid. We got 15 to that hinge fly. Keep that core nice and engaged. We pop it up with that reverse fly in 3, 2, and 1. You're going to hinge back just like that low row. Spine long. Kick those arms out wide. Control it coming back down. Squeezing through that back. Feeling that chest. Helping you just slow and control it down. So we're coming up to the halfway mark of this block, where we're going to do everything one more time. Not about speed, it's about that form. Feeling those muscles be active. Come up on 15 before those lunges. We take back those lunges in 3, 2, and 1. Let's lunge. Ooh. Nice little break for that upper body. Again, find that balance in that front heel. Sit down with those hips. We got 30 to that bridge chest press. Ooh, just playing with those lunges. Side strength day Thursday. It's gonna get us ready for Friday. Ooh. Let's get it ready. We take it to that dumbbell chest press in 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbell chest press. Hips nice and high, core tight. Press up. Control down. Looking solid. We got 30 seconds. Do back that low row. Keep those wrists nice and tight. It's time you let them go back on you like a server. Nay, nay. I'll keep those forearms big. 15. Let's get ready for that hip hinge, low row in 3, 2, and 1. Hip hinge, low row, squeezing that upper back, control all the way down. Looking solid, crew. This is going to take us to those front squats for about 30 seconds. You're going to really focus on squeezing the upper back, control it down. Keep that belly button in that spine. Ooh. Let's get ready. We've got about 10 seconds. Give me a couple clean reps. We go into those front squats in 3, 2, and 1. Front squat. Sit down on those hips. Drive it on up. And you play with that tempo, nice slow on the way down. Drive up through those heels and squeeze at the top. Looking solid, crew. We got just 30 seconds here. Then we're going to go in that push-up low row. Come up to 15. Let's get to that push-up low row in 3, 2, and 1. Push up low row. Again, playing with where you place those feet on that push up. Keep that core tight. You can always go down on those knees, but control on that row. Solid work, crew. We got less than 30 to go. In 10, we take you back to that hinge reverse fly, and then we get that nice little break. 3, 2, and 1. Hinge reverse fly. Remember, just one more minute. And then we get that nice little break, crew. Squeezing that upper back nice and tight. Control on the way down. Looking solid. Whew. We got 30 down, 30 to go. Last 15. Okay, crew, get ready for that break in 3, 2, 1. Take that nice little break. Whew. Okay. Let's talk about block number 2. We're going to start with that lateral lunge. So when you sit those hips down on that side, stretching that inner thigh into a curl. After lateral lunge curl, we're going to go into that good morning extension. So again, think like a deadlift when you're hinging back. Start position, elbows in, weights in those hands, hinge back, and then extend back, coming all the way up. Common fault I see are people throwing their arms up, nay. You're just pushing back at that elbow. We always feel back of legs, butt, back of arms. After that, good morning. We're going to go ahead and take it to ground and press where we sit down in that squat, explode it up overhead, control nice and slow on that way down. That option here, just come up to those shoulders. You don't have to give me a press if you have any shoulder issues. We get back into that hip hinge position one more time. This time for that cross row, where we're reaching towards that opposite knee, keeping that core engaged. We are not rotating, we are just reaching. Okay, crew? After that cross row, we take it down the ground for a bridge fly. Those hips are nice and sky high. Weights are in those hands, go nice and wide. Squeeze, coming back together. We get that option, slow all the way down with elbows bent. Drive up. We then sit it up, shoulders back, core tight for that Russian twist. For that minute, again, focusing on that core. Crew, let's get ready. We got lateral lunge curl in 3, 2, 1. Lateral lunge curl. Step out to the side, frame that kneecap, and drive it up. And give me that curl. And sitting back and down in those hips. With that strength focus, we don't need that speed. I'm feeling that stretch on the inner thigh, outer butt cheek, weights in my heels. Common fault, people like to pick up their toes. Nay, nay, that foot stays on the ground. 15. Let's get ready. Good morning extensions in 3, 2, and 1. Hinge back, press it back, coming all the way up. And you want to feel that tension, butt, back, and legs, keeping that core engaged. Looking solid. We got 30 down, 30 to go. Ooh. Nice little arm burner right now. As well as hamstring burner, I guess. Just back of the body burner. Looking good, crew. We're going to take it in that grounded press in 3, 2, and 1. Sit down on the ground, explode up to that press, shoulders are locked back, control down, drive it up through those heels. Ooh. Remember, it's like you're so excited you're jumping up without those feet ever leaving that ground. And then we control them back down. Solid work. We're about 30 down, 30 to go. Coming up to the last 15. Let's get ready for that hinge cross row. In 3, 2, 1, hinge it back. We're reaching for that opposite knee, drive it up, squeezing that upper back muscle for that whole minute. Again, we're not dropping and rotating, right? We're keeping that core tight and just reaching. Looking solid. Turn up on 30 down, 30 until we take it to the ground. And squeeze that upper back as you lift that weight up. Looking good. We're coming up to the last 10 seconds. Let's get ready for that bridge fly in 3, 2, 1. Take down the ground. We got that bridge fly. Lifting those hips up, squeezing those glutes. Weights in front of that chest. Nice and control, open up. Squeeze, come back together. Looking solid here, crew. Getting that option slight bend in that elbow. Otherwise, trying to keep those arms relatively straight. And squeezing that chest together in the center. Here in about 20, we take it to that Russain twist. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze that core. Looking good, crew. We take it to that Russain twist in 3, 2, and 1. Belly button that spine, shoulders back, rotating it side to side. Remember, you can always be up a little higher for that rotation as we want to feel it in that core. If you start to feel like those legs are shuffling on you, that means you're using those hip flexors. Nay, nay. Looking solid. We got about 30 down, 30 to go. Then we do the whole thing one more time. Woo! For that lateral lunge curl. Here we pop it up, lateral lunge curl in 3, 2, and 1. We frame that kneecap, drive it up and curl, switching sides. Whew. In that whole minute right here, crew. Keeping that body moving. Looking solid. We got 30 down, 30 until those good morning extensions. Whew. Let's keep those arms moving. Let's get ready. We got good morning extension in 3, 2, and 1. Hinge it back, drive it back, all the way to that top. Looking good, crew. Hinge back to butt back legs. Kick it back to those triceps. You got 30 down, 30 to go, and then we got that ground press. Looking good, crew. Let's get ready for that ground press in 3, 2, and 1. Sit down, slowly up. Again, find that control down. This is where we can really start to spike that heart rate a little bit with the strength today, because with that power motion. Looking good, crew. Chest proud. And locking those shoulders down back at the top. We got 30 down, 30 until that hinge cross row. Looking good, just 15. Let's get ready for that hinge cross row on the minute in 3, 2, 1, hinge it back, core tight, cross that body, reaching for that opposite knee, squeeze on that way back up. Looking solid, crew. And keeping that core nice and tight. Looking solid, come up, 30 down, 30 go. Let's get ready for that fly. Rotate to that ground. We got that bridge fly. In 3, 2, and 1. So hips up, squeeze those booties. Core nice and tight. Control that opening. And squeeze, come back together for that fly. Looking good, crew. We're coming up to that halfway point. Still playing with that tempo on that way down. Drive coming up. So that means you got less than 90 before your next break. Keep that body moving. Looking solid, less than 15 to get a couple more really solid reps. Let's get ready for that Russian twist. In 3, 2, 1, Russian twist. Shoulders are down back. Going side and side. Looking good here. Keeping that core engaged as we go. Just 30 seconds. Make sure you breathe. Again, try not to round that spine or feel like those legs are moving on you. Just 15. Hold on to it. So we get that nice little break in 3, 2, 1. Take that break. Ooh, so we have one more round. No weight is needed on this last round. We got 3 rounds of it. Everything on 45 seconds. We start with that power sit-up. So that option, you can hold that weight if you want. Otherwise, I want to see what load it up. Nice, slow control down. You can hold that weight between those hands or no weight at all. Just, again, sit it up, control it down. Option, give me the best crunch you can. We then go leg raise to hip raise, focusing on that control. So I lift my legs up, lift my hips up, control on that way down, and right back up. Remember, you're not hitting those legs so low your back pops off the ground. You want to keep that low back flat. Option, knees bent, so we do that heel tap, the hip raise, still finding that control. So it's going to take us into that static crunch position, so lifting that chest towards active, reaching through those heels, so we feel those obliques getting into it in 45. Then we flip it around, we go into that mountain climber, shoulders over wrist, core is nice and tight. You're not speeding through it. I want you to crunch every time you take that knee in and really feel that core get nice and tight. Okay, crew, let's get this ready. 3 rounds, all on the 45. We're gonna get started here momentarily. Okay, crew, let's go ahead. Where did the mouse go? There we go. All right, 45 seconds, starting with that power sit-up. In 3, 2, and 1. Again, no weight is needed. Drive up, control, down, feel that core. Option again, just keep those arms in the front. When you hit that top, I want you to try and give me that nice flat back, shoulders together, and that slow control down. Looking solid, crew. 15 seconds. Then we take that leg raise, hip raise. In 3, 2, and 1. Leg raise to hip raise. Nice and low control on that way down. Again, when you take those legs down, that low back does not pop off the ground. Looking solid. Remember that option, you can always have those knees bent. You need more of that heel tap as needed. It's 15. Let's get ready for that static crunch. Heel tap in 3, 2, 1. Chest off that ground. Reaching side to side through those heels. Squeezing the obliques, those side core muscles as we go. Again, those knees themselves are not together. Shoulder width apart. Past that halfway mark. Here in 15, we take to those mountain climbers. Whew. That core should already be waking up on you. We got mountain climbers in 3, 2, and 1. Flip it over. Mountain climber, shoulders over wrist. Core is nice and tight. Again, bring that knee in and squeeze. It's not necessarily a sprint with these climbers. I more want you to feel that squeeze as that knee comes in. That means shoulders stay over wrist, eyes stay in front of those fingertips. Looking good. We're finishing lap 1 and starting lap 2 here in 15. Let's get ready for those power sit-ups. In 3, 2, and 1. Power sit up. Control on that way back down. Again, that weight is optional as we go. We should feel on that way down with that nice slow movement. That core catches fire. Looking good. Flipping it over, leg raise, hip raise in 3, 2, 1. Leg raise to hip raise. Find that control as we go. Again, that option, knees bent as needed. Looking solid. Just 15. We take that static crunch heel tap in 3, 2, and 1. Static crunch, heel tap. Looking solid, crew. Again, feel those obliques starting to burn. Whew. We're up to just 15. Then we get that mountain climber. We got just 3, 2, and 1. Flip it over. Mountain climber. Shoulders over wrist. Squeezing that core as we go. Looking solid. Shoulders down back. Spine's tight. Core is tight. In 30, we repeat all this for that final round. Just 15. Whew. Let's get ready for that power sit-up. In 3, 2, and 1. Power sit-up. Last 45 seconds of this. Whew. Last 3 minutes of work. Just focusing on that control. Hopefully that core is feeling as warm as mine is. Ooh. We got just 10 seconds. We take leg raise and a hip raise in 3, 2, 1. Leg raise, hip raise. Still squeezing that core, keep it under control. Again, knees can be bent as needed. Whew. Looking solid, we got 15. Flat side crunch. Do that side crunch heel tap in 2 and 1. Reaching towards the opposite heel. Get that oblique. Looking solid. Cover up to the last about 20 seconds. And we got that mountain climber. Apparently I have a mosquito friend. It's quite exciting. Let's get ready for that mountain climber in 3, 2, and 1. Last 45 seconds in that mountain climber. Core is tight. Bring those knees in. Ooh, this should be feeling good. Coming up to 15. Ooh. Crew, let's get ready for that break. In 3, 2, and 1. Whew. I hope that core is feeling nice and solid for y'all. But crew, thank you guys so much for playing today. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow, Friday morning. Perfect, Denise. Whew.